Hello everyone, today I'm going to review my Red Ranger and my Goldar Lightning Collection figures. So let's start off with the Red Ranger, Jason. Let's have a quick close-up of this figure. Pretty cool, it's got a nice sculpt on his head, it's got that Tyrannosaur look going on his helmet. There we go. Got a nice little view of his power coin in his belt. Here's a full 360. Pretty good figure overall. I'm gonna take away his sword, gonna show you his articulation. So he's got a butterfly joint on his shoulders. You can twist him at the bicep. Double jointed elbows for a nice curve. He's got a wrist that can go up and down, sort of flex it this way, up and down, all around. They're removable, by the way. He's got a chest articulation, so you could spin him around at his chest. He has an ab crunch, though the ab crunch doesn't really move too much, but yeah, he's got it, just in case. He can do the splits. He's got a swivel over there at his thigh. He's got double jointed knees. He got his ankle over here. Ankle can go up and down. And he's got a nice little tilt. So you can get him to do a little got a nice little tilt going on with his ankles. As mentioned, he comes with accessories. So first and foremost, this is his power sword. So it looks pretty cool over there. Let's see if we can get a good look at it. There we go. It's got some nice little carvings on the blade. It's got some gold over at the red. It's got a black hilt. There it is. Black hilt over there. Nice little... The sword's got some nice carvings, so that's pretty good detail. Well, good enough. Sort of bendy, but it's pretty good. And I'm going to show you next his accessories, which I keep in a baggie. I got this guy loose back in the day. So let's start off with his other accessories. He's got his head, his alternate head. There it is. Let's see if the camera can get that camera to focus. There he is. Looks close enough to Jason Lee, played by a young Austin St. John. Close enough. Kind of looks like Elvis sometimes, at least to me. But yeah, there we go. Now it looks more. Now it looks like Jason Lee on this angle. Austin St. John. So pretty good. Close enough. So let's pull off his head. Put it in there. This one's got a little bit of a snug fit, but there it is. That's how it looks without his helmet. Not bad. Let's have a close-up of his blaster over here. There it is. I got an Aisha, and she's got a blaster that could move. You kind of change it from dagger to gun mode. But this one, it is fixed. It is fixed at gun mode. So there it is. And this one transforms into his dagger in the show, but in this case, it is just a blaster. Let's try to get a good close-up look at it. There we go. Got nice little designs going on over there. It's got white and red, and this thing in the back sort of has teeth. That's pretty cool. He comes with 2 extra fists. He's got 2 extra hands. He's got this hand that can grab things. Left grabby hand over there, and he's got a right fist. Right now I got a grabby hand to hold his sword at the right, and I made his left one a fist, but you could change it up. He also comes with this pretty cool kind of like this Emperor Palpatine lightning bolt. I think you're supposed to slide it over his sword, so it looks like his sword's got some power radiating of it. Either he's like deflecting lightning, or it's like the power lightning coursing through his sword. Whatever you wish. There it is. Goes in pretty nicely over there. Not bad. So you can make him hold the sword with the lightning on. So it looks pretty cool. So there he is holding his sword. So that's Jason Lee with his accessories. Up next we got my Goldar. So just like Jason Lee, I got this guy loose. So I'm lacking some accessories. In this case, I'm lacking his alternate hands. But here we are. Let's get a good look at Goldar. Give you guys a close-up of him. It looks pretty cool to me. This is the winged version. They're selling another one that doesn't really have a wing. They're selling another one that doesn't have his wings on, but this is pretty cool because you can detach his wings. I like the way his wings kind of look like they're just flopping around there. Kind of has the same aesthetic as the show where Goldar, when he had wings, they were just flopping around. I believe in the second season he had wings. He was always fighting like Lord Zed gifted his wings back. Even though I'm pretty sure in the very first episode I saw him with wings when he came out of the dumpster in the moon. But anyways, so this pretty much looks like the show where he has these wings, which for me kind of look like a liability. They're always flopping around when he's fighting Tommy, and it looks kind of funny. But you know, this toy kind of captured it. It just looks like it's pasted on him, but it looks pretty cool. And here's a close-up of Goldar. And Goldar is pretty cool. While all the other Rangers are pretty much the same figure, painted, repainted, this guy is a pretty unique figure all on his own. I like all the ornate designs in his armor. Now if we could get a close-up going on, look at that. It's got gems, gem studs, it's got different textures going around. His regular, this one looks cracked. He's got red underneath. And on his armor plating, he's got all of these little nice little designs and puck marks and cracks and whatnot, so it's pretty cool. And he's got these nice looking, I don't know, kind of like a honeycomb. I don't know how to describe it, but it's got holes, so it looks pretty cool. So pretty ornate. Even his chest, look at that. It looks like an exoskeleton. Kind of like a, yeah, it looks like the frame of his chest, kind of like golden bones. I like his shoulder pads too. They're double layered. It's made of a soft plastic. It looks shiny enough, but in the camera it looks pretty shiny. In actuality, he looks rubbery sort of, because it is kind of a soft plastic. But there he is. His face looks a lot more like Season 2 Goldar, where it's got more creases. I remember Season 1 Goldar had a dark blue with, his eyes really look like a glassy, glowy eyes. This guy has a more organic look with all the creases, a more rubbery look. Well, the first one kind of looked like, at least to my eyes, shiny and dark blue. But here he is. Give you a full 360. There, he's got his tail tied here. And yeah, more of that armor. You can see the layers. That's the back of his calf. So it's pretty cool. Overall, this guy's got a lot of detailing, which is pretty awesome. There are his feet. He's got these little heel toes going on here. 2 toes up front, 2 toes in the back of his heel. Kind of freaky, but kind of cool at the same time. There are his wings. I'll get to the articulation a little bit later on, but the wings are removable. So you plug them in here. This pegs into this hole. This peg goes in through this hole. You can see his hair back there. Pretty cool. Goldar looks kind of like, for me, like a sphinx, sort of. He's got the Egyptian thing going on. So kind of reminds me of some sort of like Anubis, at least for me when I was a kid. But I didn't know that he was actually a flying monkey. But I think Tommy referred to him as a flying monkey or something like that. But yeah, I had no idea that he was an ape. When I was a kid, I already thought he was like Anubis, like some sort of dog with wings. But there he is. He's got this little hair with the claw in the tip. So I don't know what it is. It's his hair with, kind of like this claw. But yeah, he has that one going on. There's his sword. It's a big silvery sword. This part comes off. It's kind of like Force Lightning, but purple. Yeah. Here's his sword up close. So I'm going to take off his sword first. Give you a quick... Whoop, it's got a pretty firm grip on that. Close-up of his sword, which is pretty cool. His sword's got nice, intricate designs. This is his sword compared to the power sword. Just bring him over. Yeah, Goldar's got a longer sword. And it's got some detailing of its own. Let's have a quick look. Wait for that. There it is. It's got these like sinewy, veiny things on the hilt. This red jewel on the hilt. And there it is. Nice design over here. That's the grip of the sword. And it's got this can opener like thing in the bottom of the sword. That looks pretty cool. So overall, Goldar's sword looks pretty cool. If I remember right, it had a little bit of gold in the show. I don't know. This one looks a little bit drab to me, but at the same time, it looks pretty good. It catches the light pretty good, so it looks shiny enough. But I kind of remember it having some gold streaks, or maybe I could be remembering it wrong, but overall, the sculpt of the sword is pretty cool. I like the way it looks. It kind of looks toyish in the sense that it's, I don't know, kind of plasticky looking, but other than that, the sculpting looks pretty cool. So I pretty much like this sword. And now, going back to Goldar, let's see his articulation. Let's start off with the wings. The wings are on this. The wings got this articulation over here. You can twist them all around to get it on funny angles. It's got this joint so you can make them flap. You can also, yeah, the wings go, got that joint over there going on. Nice detailing on the feathers. Nice little claw over here. So those are pretty cool wings. As mentioned, they're removable, but you can get them in pretty good angles. You know, you can kind of angle it out. You can kind of fold it in while he's fighting. So it's got a nice floppy look to it, like the show. Goldar's got an ab crunch. It's got some chest articulation. You can twist him around in the chest. You can turn his head around, although it's impeded by his hair. Yeah. It seems like this hair is not really attached to his head. It's attached to his shoulders. But yeah, you can spin him around, turn his head around. It's got a little bit of a butterfly, so you can see butterfly on the shoulder, but impeded by the armor, which is cool because in the show he looks like a bulky guy, kind of impeded by his armor. Though he knew some martial arts back in the show. It's got the double jointed elbows over there, so you can get a good spin. His fists are removable, but since I got this guy loose, I do not have his extra hands. What I do have is a fist for a left hand. This one's a little bit tight. There we go. He's got a fist for a left hand, and he's got this sword holding hand. But I don't got his extra hands, unfortunately. I got this guy loose, and take a look at that armor. Pretty cool. I mean, this one really looks good in this video in the sense that it's catching the light. He looks pretty golden, so that looks awesome. There. So back to his articulation. You can turn around. Bicep swivel going on over there. Wrists go up and down all around. You can do the splits about this far. You could turn his thighs, you know, this joint that you could spin around his thighs. He's got the double jointed knees going on over there. Although his chunky calves, you know, prevent him from doing a full curl. So yeah, he's a pretty chunky guy. Kind of looks like a mascot. His feet go all around and go, well, yeah, it kind of has a joint, but mine's pretty tight. As you can see, there's a joint, but mine's pretty tight. I guess, yeah, there's a little snap going on there. You can go up and down. So you can get this guy into nice poses. He also has a nice tilt, so you could get him on poses where his feet are firmly planted on the ground. So that's Goldar's articulation. Overall, I really like this figure. And as I said, I like the version with the wings because, you know, in case you don't want him to fight with his wings, you can always pluck them off. So Goldar looks awesome. So let's stand him up over here. 6-inch figure. That's Goldar. Next to the Red Ranger, Jason. So they scaled pretty well. He really does look like a dude, a buffed dude in a suit, sort of. But they look good together. So they're about the same height. Of course, if you get Goldar's legs straightened out, he's taller by a few, well, centimeters. But I imagine if they were like the real people in it, he's pretty much, yeah, taller by a few inches in real life. So that's Goldar and Jason. So as a kid, I really enjoyed watching the Power Rangers Friday nights around 7:30 back where I'm from. So something I look forward to. And Fridays were usually was usually quiz day for me. But after all those quizzes, I get to watch the X-Men or Batman, and then the Power Rangers would usually come afterwards, so it's pretty cool. And yeah, that was pretty nice. I like season 1 of the Power Rangers. I liked it better when Jason was the leader of the Power Rangers, because when Rocky was the Red Ranger, he was sort of kind of took a role where he's not really the leader. Tommy was the leader. But I kind of liked it better when Jason was the leader of the Power Rangers, Red Ranger, and Tommy was the sixth man, being the Green Ranger. Pretty cool. And I also like the dynamic that the Green Ranger used to be a nemesis of the Power Rangers. As for Goldar, he was Rita's chief henchman. He was pretty cool. He was pretty tough in the first few episodes. I remember when Rita made him all big and he fought the Megazord, and he's the only monster that doesn't get slain by Megazord, so that's pretty cool. And Goldar was like, one of Rita's top henchmen. He's got a raspy voice. That was pretty cool. But I associate him more of being like Tommy's rival, because he'd be like, "Tommy, old friend." I remember they'd always fight in multiple episodes. It's like they'd single each other out in the fight, and it was pretty cool. And Tommy would normally get the upper hand, and Goldar's wings would be flopping around. But in season 1, Goldar didn't really have the wings, and he was pretty much a threat too. So, yeah, season 1 Goldar was pretty cool. Season 1 Red Ranger was pretty cool because he was the leader of the Power Rangers. So yeah, so I remember that. And these figures kind of capture that aesthetic. The Red Ranger looks pretty cool. I mean, I know he's a repaint of the other guys, of Black Ranger, and pretty much all the other Rangers are just repaints of each other. But nonetheless, looks pretty nice in red. But Goldar is something else. I really like this guy. Goldar looks awesome. So overall, I'd say these are pretty good figs, and I'm glad to have them in my collection. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and until next time, guys. Yeah.